Hey, so thank you everyone for stopping in to check out this video. It's going to be very short and sweet today, maybe 5 to 10 minutes long. But I definitely want to throw out my opinion about the latest Emmanuel Acho point of view regarding the Shedeur Sanders situation. So this morning I was able to get a glimpse of one of their latest videos regarding Shedeur. I think it was posted roughly about 9 hours ago on their podcast, Speakeasy. And the comments and what started the conversation was Shedeur. He posted a certain tweet that Acho decided to giggle about, where Acho basically had said, based off this tweet here, that where Shedeur was giving God admiration, being thankful for what God has done in his life and will continue to do in his life. Acho took it upon himself to think that this tweet coming from Shedeur signified Shedeur waving the white flag of surrender. This lets you know that everyone that looks like us is definitely not us. Because of this post here, where Shedeur said, the greatest lesson I've learned through it all is not to worry, but to lean on and trust God in every situation. Acho, before he started his first sentence, he giggled and laughed about the post. And then he didn't want to take the time out to read the post. He actually stated that himself. He didn't want to read the post. But then he followed it up and said to the panel, do you think that this is Shedeur's mission of waving a white flag and giving up? Now, as everybody know, Acho is an immigrant, and the other two gentlemen, or I would say of the Black community. But now I did hear that Acho grew up in Dallas, outside of Dallas, but his roots is he is from an immigrant family. So I do understand the differences. But when we would post something like this, actually, it's actually the opposite. We're not waving the flag. We are saying, okay, I'm going to continue to sit back and be patient. I'm going to continue to see how this plays out. Now, the other two gentlemen on the post, on the panel, the gentleman up top and the gentleman at the bottom, they was trying to get Acho to see, like, no, Shedeur is not saying that. He's not saying that at all. He's just saying that he's not going to put in energy into a situation that he can't control. And that, hey, Shedeur is going to wait his turn, basically. Shedeur is saying that he's going to wait his turn, not saying that he's waving the flag. And then the conversation continues to get interesting. And this is what I definitely want to highlight. Acho had stated that after everyone disputed his claim that Shedeur is waving a white flag, he had the nerve to bring up and say, hey, Shedeur is going through the situation that he's going through in Cleveland because he's a distraction. He's a distraction. How is Shedeur a distraction? The panel said, and we all know Shedeur has done everything that he possibly could to do right in Cleveland, to be an outstanding professional athlete in Cleveland. What has he done wrong to receive all this ridicule, to deserve all of this negative hate and media attention? The brother on the top and the bottom said Shedeur has done nothing. He's basically been a perfect professional athlete. Acho had the nerve to say that Shedeur has not been a perfect professional athlete because of the mime thing. We know the mime thing happened about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Everyone that has any type of sense of humor laughed that off. I don't even know why the media even took that serious. But Acho had the nerve to say that Shedeur has not done everything correctly in media because of the mime incident. Are we really talking about that? Are we really talking about that? Shedeur can have a sense of humor. Anyone that follows Shedeur and his family know that they're comical. They like to laugh. They enjoy life. It's joy being around them. That's just part of their personality. But okay, we bypass that. But when Acho has stated that Shedeur is a distraction and he's the reason why he's not getting playing time in Cleveland, how can Shedeur control his personality and his celebrity? If Shedeur cannot control what the Cleveland Browns management and front office is doing regarding his playtime, how is he going to control millions of his fans? And on the other end, millions of the people that disregard him. Shedeur has no control over nothing except for his persons, his being, and self-control. What he do and what he's saying and what he posts. That's it. But this was a disgrace, what Acho had stated today. He's blaming Shedeur for playing time, for lack of playing time in Cleveland, because he's a distraction. I'm so glad that the other two gentlemen on the panel, they stood up for Shedeur, 10 toes down. They stood up for Shedeur. They stood up for Shedeur. And that was a very proud moment. And let's talk about distractions. Acho, what happened in July 25th? July 2025 this year? We're talking about roughly, 4 months ago. Someone was fired from Fox Sports 1 because it was a situation that caused a distraction. It impacted your employment on that show, and it also impacted the facility. That was another successful podcast with Shedeur McCoy. I love Shedeur McCoy. Shout out to Shedeur McCoy. But for Acho to talk about quote unquote Shedeur's distractions, and the reason why he's not playing in Cleveland is because he's a distraction because of his celebrity and personality. Acho, you are a distraction. Point blank, you are a distraction. The only reason that I think anyone even tunes into this show is because of Shedeur McCoy and the other gentlemen that's on the podcast with you. No one is tuning in for you, Acho. And I didn't watch none of the clips, but I did hear that Shedeur McCoy called you out. I think it was last week about your affair with a said woman. Now, I know I'm not going to put her out there in this conversation because I'm a woman. I definitely don't want to be brought up in conversations where I'm not the topic. But however, Acho, you a distraction. Word on the street is also when Shady brought up the incident between you and said lady, you immediately cut the scream. So why is that? What you're speaking about regarding Shedeur's falsehoods, you are a distraction. Shedeur is not a distraction. You are a distraction. You're a distraction to anyone that sits on that panel, because we actually had to focus on them and ignore you while you speak your talking points. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous hearing Acho speak, especially when it comes to Shedeursanders. And I don't understand why does he continue to play dumb about the situation. Acho was in the NFL. I think he went round 6. And of course he had to work, to I guess to get some playing time. I don't follow Acho like that, so I don't know his history. But for him not to know or believe that Shedeur is getting railroaded in the NFL, and for him to play the dumb card, I just can't take it. I just can't take it. So, I just don't know what to say about Acho. I definitely don't know what to say about Acho. He is a distraction. On today, Acho is definitely a distraction. He's been a distraction, I'm going to say, for the Black community, because some of the things that he said, some of the things that he have claimed, some of the narratives that he's putting out himself regarding Black Americans, Acho, you are a distraction. You are a distraction. Shedeur, hey, keep looking up, young man. Keep being the best version of yourself. Your time is coming. We know that your time is coming. And when you do get out on that field, it's going to be electric. It's going to be electric. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep pushing forward. This right here is just a matter of time. And everyone knows it. About all the narratives that's coming out about you, it's very unfair. But trust and believe, you are not a distraction. Even you know that. And if you want to hear exactly what Acho had stated, or claimed on this podcast, here's a quick snippet of what he stated.
Do you think, Tomito, this is Shedeur essentially saying, I'm done fighting? In every way. I'm done fighting. Waving with the white flag? I'm done fighting with the media. I'm done fighting with my coaches. I'm done fighting with Rex Ryan on Get Up. I'm done fighting with y'all on social media. I'm done fighting. Because whenever somebody brings up, like he said, like, you know, the true success is built on God and God's the one who can open all these doors. Is this Shedeur James Jones kind of just saying, like, I'm done? Clearly, Dillon Gabriel's going to be the guy going forward. Shedeur Sanders didn't get in the game when they were up 31-6. Yeah. It was game over. Yeah. They were up 31-6, and then if y'all remember, in the loss 2 weeks prior, Shedeur didn't get into the game when they were losing clearly and handily. Yeah. I think Shedeur just now realizes the Browns don't want me to play. They are not playing me under any circumstance. Yeah. The Dolphins had their backup in the game. Why would you not?
There's a different backup. They won the game, right? But my man had 90 yards passing.
Yeah.
They won the game off of defense. And Myles Garrett, and they scoring on defense. They doing all that. So if they push Shedeur in the game for 2 minutes and he makes 2 throws, do you know how many questions Stefanski's going to have to answer?
Yeah.
He's going to have to answer that. So I think this is Shedeur. Just putting his hands up, man. Like, it's out of my control.
Like he's waving the white flag.
Not waving the white flag, because we all know that he wants to play. We see the kid training on his off days and all that. We know he wants to play. But I think this is him throwing his hands up like, man, it's not in my hands. Y'all got a dude starting over me that ain't nobody had better than me in college. You drafted him over me for some odd reason that don't nobody know. Don't nobody know why I fell in the draft and all that. I've been trying to fight it. Every single time I've had my opportunities to make plays in college and in the pros, I've done that. That's why everybody fighting for me to get in the game right now, because they know that I'm a better quarterback than Dillon Gabriel. But obviously something with the Cleveland Browns is saying, man, we don't think so. But I'm done. You know what I'm saying? I've seen this dude play the last 2 games, and that's Dillon Gabriel, and he's not looked good. And yes, they found a way to win the game, but it should have been Shedeur time, and it's not. And it's not for some reason. So I think that tweet is just like, fellas, I'm done. You know what I mean? God got it, whatever this may be for me, may be for me. But the way they have done Shedeur Sanders, we have never seen this be done in the history of the National Football.
You mean that?
The way they have done Shedeur Sanders, we have never seen this done.
Elaborate. When you say the way they...
So thank you. His name is James Jones. Thank you so much for standing up for Shedeur. And for the audience, if you want to go and look at the video in its entirety, it's under the podcast Speakeasy, and the title is Shedeur is Never Going to Play in Cleveland. James Jones sounds off. So thank you again for watching this quick video, and definitely like and subscribe, and I'll be talking to you soon. Stay vested up.